Hello my friend, and welcome to this video where we are going to review 3 songs that have catchy guitar intros. And what you heard right there was from Dokken, the song The Hunter. A song that just always lifts my spirits when I hear it. It just makes me do maybe a fist pump or whatever, you know. But it's a cool song and it's a cool opening riff. So to begin with, what I do on that is I basically just do just slide into it, just like George Lynch does. And then I go into these. Okay, so what I do is I have my first finger barring. It's going to be the 5th string on the 4th and the 5th string, down to the 3rd fret on the 4th and the 5th string. And then I have my 4th finger, when it's up here, I have it on the 7th fret, 3rd string. And when I slide it down here, obviously the same shape, I have my 4th finger on the 5th fret, 3rd string. So I slide up from the 3rd fret to the 5th, then back to the 3rd. And then I go. So basically I'm doing a power chord, if you want to call it that. And I'm just doing my first finger on the 5th fret, 5th string, 3rd finger on the 7th fret, 4th string, 4th finger on the 7th fret, 3rd string. 2 times. So I'm hitting the whole power chord there. Then when I slide down to the power chord that's on the 1st fret with my first finger, 3rd finger on the 3rd fret, 4th finger on the 3rd fret, 3rd string. See, I'm going. And then I hear it where the guitarist, George Lynch, is hitting that first note, then hitting the 3rd and 4th, where the 3rd and 4th finger are, hitting them after that. And he does the same thing, goes up here in the 3rd position. So, okay. So far the whole pattern. Then it repeats. And then we go. So all that is the first finger on the 1st fret, 5th string. Then the 3rd finger on the 3rd fret, 5th string. Then it goes back 3rd to 1st fret to 3rd fret, also on the 5th string. Then the pattern repeats again, just like the first time through. And then it goes into this. So what that is hit the open 5th string, bring the first finger down on that 1st fret, 5th string. So what I'm doing is after I hit this note here, I'm going, letting it ring out, hitting with the 3rd finger on the 4th string, 3rd fret. And I'm barring my 1st finger across the 1st fret because I'm hitting the 1st fret, 2nd string. So then I slide up here and I'm basically just sliding from the 1st to the 3rd fret on the 5th string, and I'm doing the 5th fret on the 3rd string, 1 octave above this note, the C. And then I go, and I'm just hitting the open 3rd and 4th strings and letting them ring. And then he goes, and what that is he goes and he takes his first finger on the 3rd fret, 2nd string. He does a hammer on, and then a pull off, 3rd fret to the 6th fret, 2nd string, back to the 3rd fret, 2nd string. And what he does is then he takes his 3rd finger down to the 5th fret, third string, bends it. It's like a whole bend. Repeats. And then he does a pinch harmonic. So right there, okay. And then he repeats. Oops. And that's the end of the pattern right there. So let's play it again. 4 count. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the intro to the Winger Classic 17. So to begin with, I am hitting the open E string, the open 6th string, and I have my first finger on the 7th fret, 5th string. And what I then am doing is I have my 3rd finger barring the 9th fret on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th strings. I'm basically doing this pattern back and forth. So I have the 3rd finger barring the 9th fret. The second time I take my 4th finger and I'm doing the 10th fret 2nd string. So and then what I do is I bar that first finger across the rest of the strings on the 7th fret, and I'm going. So what I'm doing is I take my 3rd finger on the 9th fret 4th string, and I'm letting those notes ring out. So I'm plucking the 7th, or picking the 7th fret 2nd string. Then I have the 3rd finger on the 9th fret 4th string. And then I move that 3rd finger up to the 9th fret 3rd string. So, and what I do is I play the 9th fret on the 3rd string and the 7th fret on the 2nd string together, and what I do is I hammer on. I bring that 4th finger down on the 9th fret 2nd string, so it goes. And I'm letting everything ring out, so it goes. Do that again. Okay, now next I move down to the 5th fret, similar position. So I'm playing basically the first finger on the 5th fret 5th string, and then I'm barring my 3rd finger again, this time on the 7th fret, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th string. So just like I did up here, just down here. So I'm alternating between that 5th fret, 5th string to these notes. So, and then I go into this pattern. So what that is I have my 2nd finger on the 5th fret 4th string, 3rd finger on the 5th fret 3rd string. And I'm doing a pull off from that 3rd finger to my 1st finger, which is on the 4th fret 3rd string. So I do that, and then I do the power chords down here. Slide up from on the 3rd fret to the 5th fret 6th string. So, okay, so to begin with the pattern. Okay, now it repeats back up here. So that's the same, then it goes. Okay, now what that is again the second and the third finger on the fifth fret, second finger on the fourth string, fifth fret, third finger on the third string, fifth fret. And what we're doing here is, so we do that pull off like the first time through, fifth fret to fourth fret on the third string, and then we lift it off. See how I'm picking it? And that's 2 times. And then it does the power chord on the 5th fret, 6th string, so. And then it's the 3rd time through this pattern, it goes back to this. So it's just like the first time. And then it goes into the first riff where it's the, so you have, I'm doing it with my first finger on the 2nd fret, 6th string, up to my 2nd finger on the 3rd fret, 6th string. And then I just hit that open A, which is the 5th string open. Okay, so let's go through it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lay it down! Oh man, probably the favorite of my 3 for sure. This thing just has attitude, drive, power. Oh man, it's one of those ones you just don't forget. So to begin with, you'll notice it's a drop D riff. So you got to take your 6th string and tune it from E down to A, or E down to D, I'm sorry. So you get that power, and it really adds to the thickness of this riff. Alright, so once you take care of that, the riff goes, so what I'm doing is I'm doing a power chord. I'm using my first finger on the 5th fret, something about that 5th fret with all these songs. Anyway, so my first finger on the 5th fret, 5th string, then I have my 3rd finger on the 7th fret, 4th string. And what I do is I hit that once, and then I'm doing 2 mutes of it. And then it moves quickly up 2. And so what I'm doing is I'm taking my first finger and I'm barring that on the 2nd and 3rd string, 7th fret. And then I take my 2nd finger on the 8th fret, 2nd string, and I do a pull off, just like that. And then I do a similar thing down here where I go, so but I forgot to mention it goes back to the muted notes. So except what I do is I don't put my fingers back, I go just the first time through. But I do the muted 6th and 5th strings, so like that. And when I'm doing it here, I'm taking my first finger and I'm barring the 3rd and 4th string on the 7th fret, and I'm taking my 3rd finger up to the 9th fret and just pulling off like that. So far, Okay, and then we do two more of the, and then we go, so we do, so we have that crunch in between. And I'm just doing, once again, the first finger on the 4th fret, 7th fret, and then I have my 3rd finger on the 9th fret, 3rd string. All right, so just like that. All right, so then after that, two more crunches on the 6th and 5th string. All right, so okay, and then after that, and what I'm doing is I take my first finger on the 5th fret, 5th string again, and I'm doing a hammer on to the 7th fret, 5th string. And what I'm doing is I'm barring the 5th fret on the 4th and the 3rd string, and I'm doing a muted 7th fret on the 5th string in between. So and then I do that to end it. First finger on the 5th fret, 5th string, 3rd finger on the 7th fret, 4th string. Okay, so let's go through that slowly. All right, and now we repeat that pattern again. And then after that, okay, so all right, so what that is, I'm just doing two muted chunks of the 6th and the 5th string, and then I do I hit it, I play it open and do a hammer on, and I'm barring my first finger on the 2nd fret, 6th and 5th string, and then I do it two more times muted, and I slide it up to the 3rd fret, 5th and string, and then from the 3rd fret I go to the 5th fret, 5th and 6th string. So it's like you're mixing in the muted crunches with opens, if you get what I mean right there. Okay, so let's review it so far. And then we repeat it again. Last time through. So it goes. So right there it goes with the power chord, first finger on the 7th fret, 4th string, 3rd fret on the 9th fret, 3rd string. So you go from that, doing a muted 6th string, and then you bar the 3rd and the 4th string, 5th fret. So and let that ring. And then what I'm doing right there is pretty much all the strings except for the top first string. So I'm doing an open 6th, open 5th, open 4th. I have my first finger on the 2nd fret, 3rd string, 2nd finger on the 3rd fret, 2nd string, and I let that ring. And then what I do is, you hear them do like kind of a mini dive bomb. You know, if you have the tremolo bar, you can do that. Let this ring. And and then I go, and that's the end of the intro. And all I'm doing right there is I'm borrowing my first finger again on the 3rd and 4th string, 5th fret, and I take it on the 3rd and the 4th string up to the 7th fret, and then we go into the first verse. All right, let's do that together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those riffs are great to play for improving your chops. And even if you just want to remember when you were young and dumb like me. Now I'm just old and dumb. So if you like the contents of this video, please leave a comment down below, select the like icon, and please subscribe to my channel. Thanks.